Good afternoon, fellow classmates. My name is Talal&Ali, and this is my colleague Farad. And today we have decided to talk to you about Saudi Aramco because we have grew up near the company's headquarters and have a lot of friends who work with the company, and because it is the largest producer of oil on the planet today. Because of the world dependency on oil, we thought we would learn about it and teach you about this company.
Saudi Aramco is a Saudi American oil and gas company. It has grown to become the world's most valuable company. We will begin by introducing a brief introduction about Saudi Arabia. Then we will provide the history of the company, and last we will provide the market share and company value. Before the discovery of oil, Saudi Arabia was a nomadic land with few permanent cities. Saudi Arabia, along with the Middle East, has historically been an important trade route because it is connected with Europe, Asia, and Africa. Saudi Arabia is also the birthplace of Islam, and it has the holiest site in Islam, which is Mecca, a city in Saudi Arabia. Next is the history of Aramco. This company has been responsible for most of the development of the Gulf states. The massive wealth generated by this company has allowed it for building the infrastructure and advancement of the Gulf states. Oil was discovered in Bahrain in 1932 by Aramco, and this promoted companies to begin exploration in Saudi Arabia. In 1933, the American Standard Oil of California, SoCal, won the rights from Saudi Arabia to begin drilling in East Saudi Arabia. They also founded CASOC, which is known as the Californian Arabian Standard Oil Company. A side note, SoCal turned into Chevron. 4 years later, Texaco, the Texas Oil Company, purchased 50% stake due to the company having issues with finding wells. The company first stripped gold and became successful in 1938 after the discovery of the well that became known as the Mom 7. It was capable of producing 1,500 barrels per day, and it marked the beginning of success that continues till today. In 1944, the company changed its name to Saudi Arabian American Oil Company. And in 1948, additional investors went into the company. Texaco bought a 30% stake, going from 50%. SoCal got 30%, and the new companies that entered were the Standard Oil of New Jersey, which got another 30% share, and SoCal Vacuum, which is later known as Mobil, got 10% share. The leaders of Saudi Arabia didn't see that the Western oil companies were not sharing the wealth properly with the Saudi Arabian kingdom, which could be used to develop the desert nation. So in the middle of the century, there began an effort of Saudization, or taking ownership from foreigners. In 1950, King Abdulaziz Al Saud demanded 50% share in Aramco, which was granted and made possible by the US government. And by 1973, the Saudi government acquired an additional 25% stake out of the 50% of foreign stake. And in 1980, they completed their remainder and got the full ownership in Saudi Arabia. In 1988, the company was finally changed the name to Saudi Arabian Oil Company, or Saudi Aramco. It has become the largest fully owned privately held company in the world. Now Ali will discuss their market share and value.
Aramco's value. Saudi Aramco produces petroleum, natural gas, and other petrochemicals. It happens to be the largest producer of petroleum on earth. According to the Financial Times, Saudi Aramco is the world's most valuable company with an estimated value of 7.1 trillion. In 2012, the company made approximately 400 billion in profit. It has approximately 57,000 employees. As mentioned earlier, it is privately owned for-profit company with full ownership belonging to the Saudi Arabian government. More interesting facts is the ownership of the largest crude oil reserves on the planet, as well as the greatest capacity for daily production of oil, 12 million barrels per day in 2009. It owns the world's largest oil field. The Al-Ghawar field is the biggest oil field. Then the second biggest oil field in Saudi is Sheba field. The Ghawar field alone has a capacity of more than 15 billion barrels, and it can produce 5 million barrels per day. According to the Financial Times article appeared in February 2010, Saudi Aramco has a value of approximately $7.1 trillion. If this were true, this would make the company's value worth 20 times as much as ExxonMobil, which is the country's most valuable company. This would also make Aramco worth about 1/3 of the entire US stock market. And because it is owned company, its financial records are not public information, and there is a lot of speculations. It is impossible to get accurate financial information about this company because it is not publicly traded. In conclusion, we have gone over the history of the country, valuation of the company in the world today. We really enjoyed giving this presentation, and we would love to clear up any questions or clarifications you may have. Thank you.